Hey everyone, welcome back to another highly requested video. Today we're playing the brand new Iran-Iraq DLC. We have some T-62s and their standard formations, and we're going to dive right into this campaign. So before we get started, if you like military strategy, tactics, or doctrine and seeing it applied to strategy games, this is definitely the channel for you, so make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So before we get started, we're going to go with how we're going to defend this position. Our units are in a common defensive pattern, and they're dug in tanks. So as you can see, once we hit start, these tanks are going to be in trenches. That was common during the Iran-Iraq War and a lot of Cold War strategies. It also happened during Desert Storm and Operation Iraqi Freedom, where the Iraqis would dig their tanks into trenches and use them kind of as firing positions. So what we're going to do, we're going with that strategy in this game as well. And now I'm going to show you my thinking behind this actual formation. So over here we have these tanks a bit spread out. I'm going to click on them. Let's click on this T-62 right here. I'm going to go up to this right hand corner where it says show firing capabilities. Alright, so this tank should be able to engage infantry all the way up to just short of 3,000 meters. So this one all the way at the end is 3,000 meters. And this one right here, green, is 2,000, 1,500, 1,000, and I believe 500, 750, like 100, 750, 250. It goes up like that, but we're worried about our maximum engagement range of 2,000 meters because we're going to use that to our advantage. So that's our first assessment before we start this battle, is to know our maximum engagement range. Next, we're going to look at this. We're going to see exactly what 2,000 meters is for us. So this is our show fire line. And we're just using it to measure basically 2,000 meters so we can see how far out our tanks are going to be effective. While it's red, they may not have sight, we can just do a quick battlefield analysis. So our maximum engagement range for this tank is around this general area, we can assume. Right here. And that goes for all our tanks. So just a little bit past this field, around halfway across the blue block. So along these roads and high-speed avenues of approaches, that's our maximum engagement range. So we need to have visibility down those at least that far if possible. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to show our this one. Potential indirect fire abilities or potential area of sight is also what it's known as right here. Area of sight, that's the one we want. This unit right here, area of sight. This shows us what our units have the capability of seeing. So right here, we have very blue wedges forward of the tank and off to the right-hand side. So if this turret were to turn, they can look down this high-speed avenue approach. They can see all the way down this field up to 2,000 meters. All that red they can't see past. So if we were to be approached by Iranian vehicles or tanks through this bush, we wouldn't have any visual on them. And we can do that for each of our tanks. And we see over here on the left-hand side, we have a wonderful area of fire, wonderful visibility. But what we don't have is this area right here is completely blocked for us. We can't see anything over there except a little past. So what we've done is we position these tanks to support our tank columns over here. So if we take a look at these units, these T-62s, they can provide fire support along that high-speed avenue approach, but they can also provide fire support to their left. Each one of these. So we are not going to get visibility on that area or realistically this area over here. So that could be due to elevation changes, or it could be due to this right here, this field. And if we come over here, it looks like another field or an elevation change in this general area is why we don't have visual on that. So what we've done is we've really given ourselves the capability to suppress the enemy as they come into visual range. We can see this whole front area, which is within 1,000 meters if I remember correctly. So if we grab a tank unit and click this, ideally our visual range is going to start at around 1,000 meters, maybe a little further. So let's get started. Let's right click off that so it goes away. And let's speed it up. We're not going to do any initial orders because we're in a defensive posture. So what we need to do is just give ourselves the best tactical advantage we can have and put ourselves in the most strategic area as possible. As you can see, like I stated before we got started, we are in a good defensive posture. Our tanks are dug in. Our T-62s have good sight lines. Ideally, we've given ourselves the best advantage we could possibly have. We are facing an unknown force and a force of unknown size. We don't know their capabilities, and we don't know what we're coming up against. We have these roads right here covered. We don't know if the tanks are capable of crossing these rivers. So if we were to look for a crossing point, ideally it would be right here. It looks like it's the most shallow. And we have our first contact. One of our units has identified a tank, or not a tank, what looks to be an enemy APC. They have not begun engaging it yet. There we go, our first engagement of the match. He's begun firing on that enemy APC. So let's hit Q and get off and watch this engagement unfold. Right. So basically, this APC is actually in a rather good position. He's behind this hill. He does have, looks like to be a large caliber weapon on his vehicle, which is good for engaging tanks or engaging infantry. We've identified infantry off in the field as well. Our tanks, it looks like to be a solo infantry, which means he's probably with a platoon. We've identified the rest of his platoon right there, and our tanks are beginning to engage them. It looks like we have a lot of mortar fire over here on this left-hand side, indirect fire coming in. I'm not sure if that's our tanks just miscalibrating the range. Alright, gunfire out. Our tanks really need to prioritize the armor. There they go. Alright, we have Iranian tanks on our border. Our tanks are there we go, we just got a bounce. These trees are proving to be very difficult. Smoke out. Huge armor column. Huge, massive armor column advancing towards us. There we go. We had two solid hits. The tanks in the far back do not know how to aim. Alright. So alright, remember our positioning. These tanks are perfect in our vehicle's lines of sight. Our T-62s over here, remember? They're just a little bit off. So right now they can't provide much fire support. This unit over here can isolate these units. As you can see, this tank is targeting those tanks in the distance. These T-62s and enemy infantry, it looks like a massive force is attempting to move across this field. Our T-62s really need to not miss. They don't have the ammo to deal with this. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go again. Alright, Iranian vehicle down, armor is down. Our defensive posture is working perfectly. These units are in the ideal location to avoid contact. Oh, there we go. 2 more, 3 more. 2 down. The units, Iranian tanks have decided to put a smoke screen up, which is very smart. Our tanks are definitely heavily defended right now, and in a very good and strong defensive posture. It looks like we have a little situation occurring right here. Nope, it's just ammo. If our T-62s can continue to eliminate those Iranian tanks, we should be better off. Alright, this is quite perfect. We've virtually, with a bit of tactics and strategic and forward thinking, we've set up the perfect ambush. We've given ourselves perfect lines of sight. As you can see, these tanks drove right into our areas of sight. They're also within our firing capabilities of 2,000 meters. All right. Just like that. These two are a bit out of range if they ever move into range. So if we click on that right there, we can actually bring up a penetration chart. So we have a 57% accuracy on this unit right here. Oh, we've lost sight of it. Oh, oh no. They're firing back. We just lost a tank. Oh no. They have javelins up. They have anti-tank weaponry taking us out. Hopefully it's not top attack. That's not good. That tank was in a perfect position. Unfortunate. It wasn't our commander though. How's our commander doing? Our commander is heavily fortified. Alright, we have a lot of infantry moving across this field with a lot of anti-tank weaponry. That's not good. As they move into position, we do have lines of sight on them. Let's take a look. We should easily be able to stop this infantry, and our tanks should prioritize them. I'm gonna take this tank and I'm gonna isolate its fire. Oh no. Alright, just short. I want this tank right here only to target enemies in this sector. We have a large... Oh no, my dude. Alright. That's close. This tank really needs to start eliminating some of this enemy infantry. Alright, the Iranians asked for a ceasefire. So before we accept that ceasefire, we're going to do a quick penetration chart check. Hopefully we don't lose too many units. I gotta get rid of these javelins. That tank's having such a bad time, and he just got... Did he get taken out? Who got taken out? Alright, we lost a unit on that right-hand side. This unit's doing good. This unit's doing okay. We've lost 2 tanks so far. But how many have the Iranians lost? We have another javelin flying in from the backfield. Needs a miss. Missed. Those javelins are deadly. Probably not a javelin, it's like an Iranian ATGM. If we can ever find, we've lost all visual on enemy tanks at this moment in time. So we can't really do a penetration analysis. That's a bummer. Alright, enemies. Looks like these are not friendly aircraft. We're going to take the ceasefire. 30 seconds, this match ends. I don't want to be a part of this air assault because they're going to easily eliminate our position. We've stopped this first Iranian advance. We've destroyed countless tanks, and we've actually set up a good defensive posture. If we can get out of here before these bombs lay waste to our tanks, that would be much better. Oh, come on, and we're good. What did it just... Hold on, let's minimize this. No, we already lost that tank, correct? All right, let's take a look at this. Right, they dropped 1 bomb on that tank. This T-62 over here has 2 vehicles killed, gun accuracy 28%, eliminated 2 personnel. So if we were to take a look at this, this is an Iranian vehicle. It's burned, hits, received 3 hits. If we can get real close to it, we can see all our penetration diagrams. So let's do that real quick. Let's try and bring it up. Burns received. Penetration. What about this unit right here? Gun accuracy. Yeah, this one tore us apart. 75% if we get close enough. Right. Light ammo. Right here. Here's our penetration. It looks like we had some light ammo and a round go through right there, 115 mil. What about this vehicle in the back? All right, this one received several hits. Penetration right there. All right, radio's been broken by a 115 millimeter. This tank took a lot of fire. This tank over here, let's check him out. All right. Can't identify where he was destroyed. That's unfortunate. He has no fuel, trained, received 1 hit. Let's go up here and check it out. Right here. Fire all. Penetrations with damage. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't see what destroyed this tank. Alright. This unit received a lot of attack. Nothing really significant. Lots of deflections. Right, impact type, fragments, shells, or blast waves. Lots and lots and lots of information in this. Lots of fun. Enemy APCs easily destroyed, probably by a variety of weapons. Could be machine gun fire. Looks like the tanks were easily taken out by the 115s. Alright, and let's check our last retreating unit. Right here, it looks like he's already abandoned his position. And it looks like he was destroyed, unfortunately. Alright. That's a first look. I hope you enjoyed the battle.